Hey y'all, it is June the 8th, 2024. And earlier I had made a video about my financial ruins, which is very, very funny if you're not me. And actually, I said it was June the 7th. I was incorrect. It's June the 8th. But I didn't feel like editing the video or anything, so I uploaded it. I'm not in a time machine. It's actually June the 8th, and as it's become a little ritual every day, I thought I would share with y'all my dream that I had last night in a series of never ending dreams that I'm having. I wrote some notes about it, and as I said, you might already know this, but I've been told that writing your dreams down, especially right when you wake up, it's going to be the best way for you to even remember your dreams. And so I wrote this note. So I had a dream last night, or maybe a couple of them, and it seems as though towards the beginning of my dream, there was this lady who I known before, and for some reason or another, she was trying to shamelessly or just outwardly get pregnant by me. And the thing, believe it or not, the thing is, we didn't have sexual relations in that dream. And actually, none of my dreams ever involved me having relations with anybody, which actually I'm not mad about. I don't want that anyways. So, but she was trying to get pregnant by me, and I was basically saying, hold up, we're not going to do that. We're not doing anything like that. And that's not even going to be possible. We're not going to do that. Basically, is what I let her know. And I thought it was interesting, as you might be able to read here above, is that there was gnat flies all up in that bed, which just made the situation even more of a no-go. It was never gonna happen, not even in my dreams. And in that sense, like, perhaps I was being lucid in the dream, because in reality I would have refused as well. Alright? So then later on in that dream, or perhaps a second dream, I found myself in a place, seemed like a cafe or something, and it actually resembled a place that I've been to, a place that I'm fond of, called La Madeleine. If you ever heard it, it's a chain restaurant, but it's kind of like a little bit more upscale. It's like a French style restaurant. Found myself there. Okay. And I'm not sure exactly in what order it took place, but while I was there, my older brother, his name is John, he almost started choking. You know how, like, people are like, and then you look at them and you're like, oh shit, I think they're choking. They might be choking. And so I stepped back and I was getting ready to do whatever I could to get him to stop choking. But before I did, he was able to cough it up himself, and that was great. That was wonderful. It's very relieving, right? And during our time at this La Madeleine type of place, I noticed that midgets, were coming in, basically, and there's a difference between dwarfs and midgets. And they seem to be mostly midgets. And they were coming in, and when they did so, they would address my older brother, who, by the way, he is kind of short. He's a short guy. But he's not anywhere close to a midget. That would be very inaccurate. So these midgets, they were acknowledging my older brother, and for some reason, them and him were all wearing various varsity style jackets. And he wanted to play some game with them that I was unfamiliar with. I had no idea what he was trying to do. And sometimes these midgets would play this midget game with them. It's ridiculous, right? Sometimes they would try to play this midget game with them. Sometimes they wouldn't want to. They weren't into it. All right, it was hit and miss with the midget game. Sometime during this time at La Madeleine, for some reason, I had access to Drake. Yes, the Drake. He was there as well, and I remember talking to him a little bit. And at one point, I actually saw Drake. I don't remember now, but apparently he was playing some weird board game that I was unfamiliar with. He was sitting there playing some weird board game. I was talking with him a little bit, and I looked at his eyes, which is likely not the same in reality, but in my dream, his eyes were striking me as somewhat Hispanic style eyes, which honestly is not really a thing. But in my dream, it was a thing. So, I remember at one point I asked Drake if he, and I know that he isn't, but I asked Drake if he was part Hispanic because of his eyes. And I don't think he really answered me because, of course, he's not part Hispanic. And then I proceeded in telling him that, I'm pretty sure he's not Hispanic because damn near all Hispanic people who I know in San Antonio are obese. And he's not. It doesn't make any sense, but that's what happened. So I'm there at La Madeleine, and somehow my mom pops up in there. And I just received a text from my temporary text messaging service. This is in reality that just happened right now at the top of the screen. And so my mom, we're at La Madeleine for some reason, and we're not at La Madeleine. It's just a place that kind of looks like it. And we're there at breakfast time. So we're eating the breakfast, and she mentions to me, and she does it in her own kind of style of way in which she's a little bit annoyed, but at the same time she likes the attention. She mentions to me that she has to hurry up and go meet my aunt and my uncle. Their names Rosemary and Robert. My uncle died sometime this last year, by the way. And my aunt Rosemary is deep into dementia in reality, and is in a nursing home somewhere. Just to give context. Said she's got to hurry up and meet them over at Lupita's, which is a Tex-Mex restaurant that I haven't been to in many years, in which we used to frequent on occasion when I was a younger child. She has to hurry up and go meet them. And then the dream ends. It's all very bizarre. And most of it did not make any damn sense. And I can't stop my dreams. They're just going to keep happening. And I'm going to keep telling you about them. I feel like it's the end of days. But that being said, I just want you to know, again on this video, and I want to repeat, I am not feeling suicidal. And the fight is not over. I'm going to continue to try as hard as I can. And, for example, raise enough money so that I can be flat broke. That's in reality. That's the situation that I'm in. And, as bad as that might sound, I'm fully aware that there's many, many, many people who are even in rougher situations, to include Donald Trump. And actually, I'm going to have to make a video later about Donald Trump. And actually, it's a side note, but I'm going to be uploading some of my hot fire tracks to YouTube, just in case if you hadn't heard of them. I'll give you a taste of them throughout today and tomorrow. I'll be uploading them and various other videos to YouTube, and hopefully I do not get banned from YouTube. I'm going to try to play it real cool and try very hard not to say anything that will get me banned from YouTube in the meantime. Alright? Thank you for joining me, and I appreciate you. I'll holler at you here in a little while.